Hello, my pet people. Welcome to the Yappy Hour. This is Leslie Sands, your host, and welcome to our very first episode. So, what is the Yappy Hour going to be all about? Well, we're going to talk about all things animal welfare, pets, rescue, and all the people that help us make DPA a huge success here in Dallas, Texas. We're also going to talk about what it takes to run a successful nonprofit and bringing in some awesome leaders so we can talk about all of the great things that they do and how we can all tie it right back to animal welfare and our mission here at Dallas Pets Alive. So a little bit about me. I'm Leslie Sands. I'm the executive director of Dallas Pets Alive, and I have been in this role since the very beginning. I started volunteering at Animal Rescue at Austin Pets Alive back in 2010, very long time. So I've been in this world for 13 years, and I've seen a lot of ups and a lot of downs, and it's a roller coaster of emotion. But in the end, animal rescue is a wonderful field to be in. For every negative thing that you see, there are hundreds of positives and amazing people that I get to work with every single day. I have two fur babies at home, Zoe and Vivian. Vivian is our DPA alumni, and I have two beautiful girls. One is in Sloan, and I'm also married to Nick, and he is my support system and my backbone and helps me do all the things that I get to do here at DPA by being very supportive. So let's talk about DPA. So Dallas Pets Alive, if you don't know who we are a foster-based animal rescue here in North Texas, and our goal is to make North Texas a no-kill community. We have been around for over 10 years now, and we have saved over 24,000 animals and helped people and their pets keep animals in their homes and out of shelters. I like to talk about rescue in two different ways. We have preventative rescue and reactive rescue. Reactive rescue is rescuing the pets that find themselves in the local shelters here in North Texas, and we get to pull them into foster homes and eventually adopt them out into their forever homes. We focus on the pets that need us the most. Often they come to us with medical issues or behavior issue, and they just need a little TLC to make their lives so much better. And our fosters do that for us, and they're wonderful people. We couldn't do this without foster homes. A foster home is a life that is saved. The other side of it is our proactive and preventative rescue through our PASS program, which is Positive Alternatives to Shelter Surrender. And we do that by helping families and individuals keep pets in their home through resources that we have. So we'll pay for medical care, training, pet deposits, anything the human needs just to ensure that they have that pet in the home and out of the shelter. We will be there to do that. It is a grant-funded program, and it truly is the future, I believe, of animal welfare. All right, that's a little bit about DPA. You can also check us out at dallaspetsalive.org and follow us on all the socials. Make your life so much better. Scroll through, see our awesome social media pictures of and videos of all of our dogs and cats that we have here at DPA. Follow us at Dallas Pets Alive on all of the channels. Let's talk about the Yappy Hour and what we're going to do here. So why the Yappy Hour? Well, we have a thing here at DPA. We love dogs and beer and cats and wine and all the things. So each one of our guests is going to bring in their choice of beverage, and we are going to have a lovely conversation and a chat about the topic of the day. Mine today will be all about why the purpose of this, the podcast, why Yappy Hour. And there's two reasons for that. But I do want to say what I'm drinking today during my first podcast is a community beer company, Brightside Seltzer, cranberry twist, and it is lovely. I highly recommend taking a moment and coming to community and enjoying a seltzer at any of the beverages that they have here. We are slightly biased, and we do love community, and I'll tell you all about why we do here at Dallas Pets Alive. So why the Yappy Hour? Well, it is all about marketing. and finding our key demographic. Let's go back to the very beginning of DPA. Back in 2012, when we started, I truly wanted to focus in on our brand and looking at the millennial generation. Even going even further back, I have a degree in higher education administration, and in grad school, we took a class on millennials because those were the students that we were advising and working with. I had a book on millennials, so I felt like I knew that generation really well. Also, I am a millennial at the very, very beginning of it. We will not talk about age, but I am in that category. So I felt like I knew what they were all about, this group of people were all about. They're very service and driven by giving back. They're very social, but they're also very, very purposeful. So when DPA started, I felt very comfortable focusing in on that key demographic. I wanted our marketing to be very, to speak to them. I wanted to be in the places that they were. And where was that? That's at breweries and hanging out at bars. And, you see people with their dogs at all of these wonderful places. We're normalizing that behavior, bringing your animal out with you because they're a part of your life. So we did that. We capitalized on it. And dogs and beer became our thing. It's our little mantra here at DPA. And our other little mantra is adoption is not only the right thing to do, but the thing to do. I wanted to make adoption and rescue the thing to do, the popular thing to do. And I knew we had to do that by tapping into this population of people, not only for them to adopt our dogs and to potentially foster them, but to recruit awesome volunteers. We came and started with 5 phenomenal, amazing volunteers, but I knew we had to have more. And I wanted the people that were passionate and loved animals. And that was that millennial generation. And it worked for us. It worked for DPA, and it really gave us a huge foundation for success. So ultimately, you will hear me say over and over again throughout these podcasts that a nonprofit 501c3 is simply just a tax status. That's it. But you have to approach your nonprofit like you're running a business, a for-profit business. And that truly has been the difference maker for DPA, I believe. You can run a business with heart and compassion for a cause and believe that it's going to be successful. And it has. I mean, technically, I'm in sales and I never, ever thought I would be in sales. That's not who I am. But I get to talk about and market and share the word about animal rescue. And it's just so easy. It's just talking to another person about the great things that I get to do every single day. But my greatest piece of advice for anyone that wants to start a business, nonprofit or for-profit, either way, is find something that you can be passionate about, that it doesn't take an exhausting amount of energy to talk about what motivates you. What is that thing that you're going to be able to sell and it's not going to feel like you're selling it? For me, it was adopting our animals. And yes, it's so purposeful. It's not just about, getting our dogs adopted and our cats adopted, but we are saving lives every single day. And it's just wonderful. So marketing was a huge part of that. And I'm sitting here in our adoption container at a brewery. And it's the epitome of what dogs and beer and the Yappy Hour is. We took it so much further than we probably should, but it works for us. It works for DPA. And it's fun and it's social and it's not Sarah McLachlan. And you're not going to have to change the channel when you think about DPA. You're going to be able to come to us and know that you're having a positive experience adopting out, because it can be scary. We get that all the time. People don't want to go into shelters. They're scary. They're sad. And we wanted to kind of eliminate that idea of a rescue pet being something that's scary or not for everyone, and they absolutely are. They will change your life. Here I am selling already, but it's been, for us, the Yappy Hour, Dogs and Beer, this adoption container truly is a part of DPA, and it is something that has taken us beyond where I think we could ever have been. I really, truly can't imagine us not having this concept of this social identity, this normalization of bringing your pet out to a place where you can socialize and just hang out. And it can be a really positive thing. Rescue can be a very positive thing. It makes us unique, and it's part of our brand, and we embrace it, and it is really exciting. So I hope everybody can find that thing for you, and you can capitalize on it. For us, it was Dogs and Beer. All right. So the second reason why I went with the Yappy Hour for our podcast is just taking a moment to talk about the work that we do over beverage, simply chatting, and sometimes that is so needed in what we do. Our work is hard in animal rescue. We deal with life and death every single day, and it is exhausting, emotionally exhausting, and compassion fatigue is a very, very real thing. So we have to take a break, decompress, and assess what we are doing, because if we don't do that, it will consume us. And I think it's important for other people to hear what it's like on the inside of what we do. And I hope that this podcast will allow those in animal welfare to feel like they are a part of something bigger just by listening and knowing and hearing the things that they're feeling. Other people are feeling the exact same thing. We have to make some tough decisions every single day for the animals in our care. And it's not just staff that are doing that. We have 5 amazing full-time staff members here at Dallas Pets Alive. We have 2 part-time staff, and we have over 200 volunteers that help us make our mission come alive every single day. And they choose to be here, and they are part of that difficult everyday life. But it's so beautiful at the end of the day when you get to see an animal go into their forever home. I mean, it makes all of those tough times completely and totally worth it. And I know everybody at DPA would say that. I remember the first time learning about what was happening in our shelters. I was working in higher ed in Austin, and I took a group of students to go eat down on South Congress. And Austin Pets Alive had a cute little adoption pop-up with some dogs hanging out at their Airstream trailer. And of course, we had to go say hi to all of them. They were adorable. And I just happened to pick up a brochure, and I brought it back to my desk after the students had left, and I just sat down and began to read it. And I just cried because it said that animals were dying in our shelter just because of capacity. And I could not get over the fact that just the simply existing was too much, and that we didn't have a solution for an animal, and death was the only answer. Like, I could not accept that. And that moment, my life completely changed. What I was doing was wonderful in higher ed, but I remember sitting at my desk and just bawling. And I knew at that moment that DPA and animal welfare was where I needed to be. So that was just kind of the beginning of the end. But that just goes to show you how emotional this world can be, because it's just, for a simple lack of existing, these animals can be euthanized, and it's just not right. So we have to find some other solutions. And I think it's important to talk about that. And sometimes it takes having a beverage to do that. And whether it's a Diet Dr. Pepper or a mocktail or something that is, a milkshake, whatever, don't care. but just sitting down and chatting and having conversations so it can be cathartic for our audience. And I hope this podcast can help us do that. I will end every session, every episode with a adoptable dog or cat that we have here at DPA. And we are going to talk about Miss Holly Goodgirl and how in the world she has not been adopted yet. I just don't understand it. We all don't understand it. She is the most adorable little underbite, sweet thing in the entire world. She's goofy. She is the, I guess, icon of the adoption container because her foster mama is up here all the time working for us. And Holly is super social. She is perfect for a maybe just maybe you are missing somebody in your life that you need that partner with you. She is your lady. She's your girl. She loves to snuggle in bed. She loves to cuddle. She loves to play with toys. She is an adult, and she's a terrier pit bull mix, and she's sweet and gorgeous, and you will fall in love with her underbite. Go to adopt at dallaspetsalive.org to check out Holly Goodgirl. If you could follow us on all of our socials, please like our podcast, give it a good belly rub. And I want all of us to raise our glasses and cheers to being the people that our pets think we are. And don't forget, pet people, to email the Yappy Hour at dallaspetsalive.org if you have ideas for our podcast, or if you would like to be on an episode or know of somebody that should be on our episode, please let us know. We are open to suggestions. Thanks so much.